I'm going to share with you something that my mom used to make for me all the time when I was a kid. Homemade Play-Doh. I even have her original recipe written down in this book of family recipes she made for me for Christmas in 2003. That was a really long time ago, so I figured the recipe might have improved since then. I checked out Pinterest and there are tons claiming to be the very best. I tested them all, and today I'm going to share with you which one really did make the best homemade Play-Doh. Let's get started. The first test I tried was called Simple and Easy Play-Doh, and it used only 2 ingredients, cornstarch and hair conditioner. So, you can already tell it doesn't look like Play-Doh. The consistency is different. It's sticky, it's actually really messy, which I don't enjoy. To me, it seems a lot more like a slime recipe. I added more cornstarch and then it just got crumbly. But yeah, this to me is a big no. It's fun. My daughter had fun playing with it.
Do you think it turned out good? I think it turned out bad.
But it's just, that's not Play-Doh. The next recipe I tried was a no-cook recipe. It used several of the ingredients typically found in Play-Doh, like flour, salt, and oil. Now, you can see this does make Play-Doh, and it's a great option for little kids to do because it doesn't require using the stove. This is not my favorite recipe though, because the texture is really grainy from the salt and the color never fully mixed in. It really just doesn't seem like everything came together. This recipe was also no cook, and it also didn't use cream of tartar. You can see that it's just kind of squishy and oily. I don't even want to get it out of the bag because it's such a mess. So again, maybe you would call this slime. I just think it's kind of messy, but it's definitely not Play-Doh. Now, if you will look at that and compare that to the recipe I used from my mom's, her original Play-Doh recipe, and you can definitely see the difference. Okay, step 1 is to use a heavy bottom pan, and we're gonna add 1 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, and this can just be found in your baking aisle, and a 1/2 cup of salt. Next, we're gonna add our water, 1 cup of water. And a pro tip here, add your food coloring, just a couple drops to your water, and mix it in now. The first time we tested this, we added the food coloring to the dough once it was already made, and it stained our hands. Now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of vegetable or canola oil. Next, we're gonna turn the burner on medium-low and stir the mixture. Wrong burner. We're gonna keep stirring this until it starts to become a solid, and you can see that it's getting thicker. We're gonna keep stirring this until, oh my Lanta. We're gonna keep stirring until it starts to become a solid, and you can see it's getting thicker and lumpy. This is how it's supposed to look. Just the smell of this brings back so many childhood memories. We did this all the time. Okay, it's starting to come together. See how it's starting to kind of stick together and pull off the bottom? That's how you know it's getting close to done. That right there is almost perfect. You know we are getting close to being done. See how it all just sticks together and makes one little mound of dough. I'm gonna scrape what's off the sides. You see that? Just starts forming together. I'm gonna turn our burner off. Get as much together as we can. Now this is hot, so be careful, and this is definitely a job for an adult to do. See that nice big mound of dough? Now we're just gonna set this aside on a plate or a piece of parchment or wax paper, and we're gonna let this cool completely. Start to finish, I think that took under 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash out this pan, and I'm gonna make a different color. All right, so I've made all my colors and they've been sitting to cool. Now all I'm gonna do is knead them to mix them. And this is a fantastic job for little hands. They love it. So I'm hoping you can see, now that they've been sitting for a while, they've kind of got a little bit of almost like a salty crust on them. But so that's why it's important to knead and really mix all this stuff around before we start playing with it. Now, if you put this in an airtight container like a plastic bag or a container with a lid, this stuff will keep for months and months and months. And look how much more you get than one of those containers you buy from the store. This is at least 4 times the amount of Play-Doh that's in one of those little plastic cups. The more you play with this, the softer and stretchier it will become. I'm gonna keep mixing these and then I'm gonna hand them off to the kiddo.
A snowman?
I'm making a Play-Doh snowman.
Let's put all parts. So my
After experimenting with 4 different recipes, I found that my mom's original really is the best. You can make it in less than 5 minutes, start to finish. You can use things you already have in your pantry. It makes the equivalent of 3 or 4 of those containers you can buy at the store. And best of all, it's non-toxic. Now that you have the perfect Play-Doh recipe, let me know in the comments below which color you're going to make first. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.